This project came about as a kitchen extension. It is a late Georgian, early Victorian terraced house which had a small side return extension which housed a kitchen.
I'm a chef, and so the kitchen was always too tiny, and I wanted a lot more space, and I wanted to be able to work from home a bit. So my vision was just to have a nice open space with a central island, which I got. And then when I spoke to Tom, I told him what I wanted. I needed more storage, and I wanted a nice big kitchen with lots of light and space and open doors to go onto the garden. Because before we couldn't see the garden, so you only see the courtyard. And so he said, well, we can do that. And he came back a couple of weeks later with a design with this roof in, and we instantly loved it.
We were asked to design a family kitchen which would open into the living room and the dining room in the house, and to provide an open contemporary functional space for the client. The idea came from looking at extensions to houses nearby, especially the one immediately adjacent to us to the left, which has a slate hipped roof. And the idea for the roof is kind of an abstraction of the contemporaneous to this house, London hipped roof. So we took the simple forms of a hip roof and twisted them to one side, and then wrapped them, folded them, and then put roof lights in the south-facing planes so that they would bring light right deep into the plan. It isn't a design we've done before. It is the first time we've tried this. We have, however, done extensions with roofs where there's just roof lights, and so we know that roughly the area of roof light we need in order to get enough light into the space to make it feel light enough, but without making it feel like an open goldfish bowl, sort of glass roof type thing. This was the garden wall to next door. So there's a kitchen or some sort of room on the other side of that wall. So it didn't need to be insulated. It's habitable on the other side, so we didn't have to have an insulated wall, which gave us the opportunity to use the historic wall as a contrast to the really sharp lines of the extension. So you've got this sort of roughness of that wall, and that I think works quite well with what we've done with the roof. I'm really pleased, and I think that was mostly down to the contractor, who was the client's brother, who was really creative in the way he approached the project. It was a very difficult project, and we had real problems finding a contractor who would approach it in a sort of positive manner and not just look at the form of it and just say, oh, I'm just going to massively price it, massively price it because it's really expensive. Actually, it's a very simple is quite a simple thing to build. It's literally just a series of steels that go from crisscross the space. It's not magic, and then there's just infilled timber joists. So it wasn't a difficult project to build, but it needed somebody who was willing to approach it in a positive manner rather than just, as I said, put a massive price on it, which is what the first few contractors did.
We actually got architectural hands through a friend, and Tom came around and instantly liked Tom, had a really nice rapport with him, and the whole process was really easy, and I really enjoyed, we had no problem with it at all. It was great. And and what I liked about the design was it's slightly different, but it's not completely way out either. It's a nice space to live in. It looks different, but it's at the same time, it's a very usable space.